This is our orange test.
That's 50 miles of driving on cruise control on freeway without interruption.
At what, 60 miles an hour?
At 65 miles an hour.
65? Okay, so they go into town here, and there's a gas station. What is it, Shell?
Well, what I recommend is if you're ever going to do an orange test, you want to control all the variables. The whole idea is control the variables. So you go out, find yourself a freeway, you find yourself a gas station that's right next to the freeway. So with a gas station right next to the freeway, you pull right off to the freeway and you get into at least 3 lanes so you can get in the center and everybody can go around you if you're going too slow. I don't care what speed you go. Set it on cruise control, 65, 55, 70, I don't care what you do. Whatever you do, go down the road. In this case, we go down the road 25 miles and there's a turnaround, just like that. And we don't even slow down. We just slow down for the turnaround, go around like this, and then come right back on, hit cruise control, and come right back up 25 miles, go right off the freeway to the same gas station we started with.
The same pump.
Same
Because they
pump.
like.
Same gas station and same pump. And we go into the same station, same pump, and we gas it back up. So we gas it up in the first place, go down and do it, and then come back and gas it up later. And our orange test is that whatever the difference is in gas, that's the amount of gas that we used. We're not saying anything other than under that condition, that's what it uses. Then you modify it. Then you go back and you do the same station, the same pump. Make sure they didn't change from summer gas to winter gas because you don't want to catch yourself in that snare. If they're going to do winter gas tomorrow, come back tomorrow for your orange test. Then go down, same speed, avoid all traffic, do it at a time there's no traffic, and you will have a scientific test that you have a before and an after. And 2 years later, you can come back to the same place and the same deal and do it all over again. And you'll always have a benchmark of what you've done, if you've got the right mileage or your mileage has changed or not. So it's called an orange test, and there is no other way to do it. I mean, you count the number of times that you hit the brakes on the way to work. You count the number of times that you accelerate on the way to work. It's always going to be different. Every day you drive, it'll be different. Okay, so that's an orange test. That's what we call an orange test. That's what we just did, 50 miles.
And then when we do the modifications, we do the same orange
Exact
test.
same course.
That's
exact
why I was
same
joking
speed,
around here.
exact
No,
same
this isn't the orange test. That comes later. This was the orange test. In other words, the exact same test twice.
Right. You do the first and then you do the second. You do it again. And if you ever think that you changed it, then go back to the same course and do it again. If it's the same, then you can't get more empirical than that. But somebody said, well, wait a minute, that doesn't tell me what my mileage is on the road because that's a full tank of gas and gas expands, etc. It's an orange. You're comparing an orange to an orange. And that's all you want. I don't care if you go 100 miles. You want to go where you don't have any traffic. So if you want to do it at 3 o'clock in the morning, go 300 miles and avoid the traffic, great. But that's what you're trying to do is on cruise, you don't get off cruise, and you let the vehicle perform. So that's an orange test.
You know, you had the Cobalizer for the second test. I
Right.
assume.
First orange test is done without Cobalizer, it's done without modification. Then you modify the vehicle, you put in the Cobalizer, and you run back out and do it again.
Now, Cobalizer has to work its way into the ejection system eventually to get the right result.
Best way to do it would be, not really, kind of, but it's not like the one where it says, if you've done 6 tanks, now you should see a difference. We see a difference right away. What happens with this Cobalizer is you should put it in before you pump the car full of gas, and that way, as you pour it in, then you're filling it with gas, it's mixing as you're pumping it. So that's the way we do it, okay?
Plus, all fuel-injected vehicles have a return system. Even if it has a dead head at the rail, there's a return in the tank, and it'll keep circulating it.
Into the drive and you already pumped fresh fuel.
Any other questions?